once again this morning with an easy, delicious recipe anyone can make, and it's already smelling good. My tummy's already gurgling.
Yeah,
so.
it's a nice aroma coming from the pan right there, isn't it? Yeah, so even Norwegians can make great Italian food, as hopefully we're going to show today anyway. So it's a very simple recipe. It's from Real People, Real Food from Amazon and YouTube and also Facebook. It's a channel you can actually go to, and they go into people's homes and actually interview and have people cook right on in their own home. So it's kind of cool. So it's real people as opposed to myself, who's playing a chef on TV this morning. So basically, it's ground beef, and I've got some onions. I want to show you just a couple knife skills this morning. I'm going to take an onion, top, bottom, never cut the bottom part off. Cut the top off the onion. Get rid of that. I like keeping garbage off my cutting board, so anytime I take something like that, I get rid of it. I peel it, so I end up with something that looks like this. And so I still have the root end on. I'm going to put the cutting board at the edge of the counter, make a horizontal cut or two, my hand's on top, so I don't, if the knife goes scooting through that, I don't cut my fingers. Don't be cutting red onions. And then you're going to slice down like this and go as close as you can. Now you want to mince the onions and cut it really small, because I hate big chunks of onions in the meatballs. Yep. Or in meatloafs, because they oftentimes don't get totally cooked. So I've done horizontal, vertical, and I'm going to turn it. And I've got perpendicular, so you didn't know there's going to be geometry this morning. You've got fine dice. What this allows you to do is not to have to go back and chop, 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 chop.
Makes it very easy.
And it keeps the crying down.
I was going to say, that's my problem.
Exactly. Use the top of your knife as your scraping tool, so that your knife, if you do this and wonder why your knives are dull, well, this is why your knives are dull, part of the reason. This is a garlic clove. This is a garlic head. I've had people use this as a clove of garlic in my cooking classes. This is a clove. Okay. You're going to smash it. You go ahead and stir that if you want a little bit there. That's the meatballs and just some tomato sauce. So what I did is I baked the meatballs, a little bit different than John did. He fried them. I put them on a tray and baked them in the oven and basically cooked them through so that they're totally done. And then put them in the sauce. And I'm going to mince this garlic, just cut it into small pieces. I'm going to take a little bit of salt. This happens to be kosher salt. And I'm going to take my knife tip and I'm going to squish these pieces into the cutting board, turning it into a paste, and the flavor gets everywhere. So you don't end up having chunks of garlic in your food. And this is wonderful. You can also use jarred, or you can purchase jarred or canned garlic. It doesn't have as much flavor though. I love doing fresh garlic. So garlic paste should stick to your knife. All right. Then lastly, have some basil. These are huge basil leaves. Look at this. This came out of this is a product out of Milwaukee. Wonderful. Picked it up at a local grocery store. I'm going to cut these into chiffonade, which are really thin strips. I like to finish. I use dried herbs in the meatballs, and I use fresh herbs on top to kind of accentuate the flavor. So we got some pasta in this dish right here. A couple of meatballs, and so this is just a tomato sauce, your favorite, whatever you like from the store. Tomato sauce.
And as you're kind of putting stuff together, if you want to kind of give yourself, if people want to reach out to you, do that.
Yeah, hemmachef.com is our website. Means home chef in Swedish. I've been doing a bunch of Girl Scout classes this last week, badge workshops, and I've got some other extreme of that. I'm doing some classes coming up at Smokies Supper Club, some steakhouse series, some Parmesan cheese, a little bit of basil, and you have a fork there if you want to try it. You sure can.
We're going to give it a try. Our producer's probably going to be mad. We're over time a little bit.
There you go. All right, awesome.
That's excellent.
Thank you so much for having me this morning.
And I even got the Italian down instead of saying Italian.
Yeah, I know.
All right, we're going to finish chewing, though, before I start talking. So again, hey, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it, as always. And we're going to continue our Italian coverage, whether you're voting for the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, for a third party.